I'm trying to look at it from. So I think in that game, Liquid had also they had Caudal Bristle, I believe, in the game that they ran at this. And now that they don't have the Caudal, they don't really have a battery for the Bristle.
If they want to, they can get a Caudal.
They can get Caudal, but then they're.
Oh. I was not expecting that, but they have run Cuckoo Phoenix before, so.
At being able to start fights, reset fights, and go again.
I mean, their late game team fighting is absolutely astounding.
Uh-oh.
The rune fighting, though, that's another question.
Yeah, the early push in from Gaimin Gladiators seems like they're picking up the speed already, and they're going to go for the first blood onto Gabby and should be able to get it. They cop a lot of damage in
jungle ob. That's an uncommon ob to ward in a lot of games. This is, you know, potentially the strength of March, giving him the heads up.
Ace, the 2-1-2 matchup, it's going to be good enough. They do manage to kill the Lycan, so they weren't able to shut him down experience-wise as much as that previous lane that we were talking about. But meanwhile, the aggro tri-lane does manage to find its own kill, and Gabby is also very, very low. In fact, they're going to go for the kill. He's got 5 stick charges, but they couldn't get the toss backwards. They didn't even necessarily need it.
Quill
if they just hit a toss straight up in the air, they do manage to get it. Celery just ducks forward with the Enchantress's egg. Be able to keep him down, but Carl, he's being pressured right now. He's got the rest of his supports right behind him. They're going to actually hurricane him into the Storm Sphere, but that's perfect for Carl. He turns around, blasts down the Storm Sphere with the help of Zephyr and Whitemon, and unfortunately for Carl, he really wanted the rune and
help his team secure him for himself. Goes a long way, so I'm excited to see the T1 understand this, and they're pressuring that mid lane off the back of that lean advantage, too.
Double damage, Cuckoo in trouble. He had already used the Icarus dive. He had been doing a really good job. Actually, he's going to give him a... Oh, no! He's... he wanted to click across, and he blocked him with the ward. Oh, no. You saw Cuckoo. He was pinging that one.
I'm glad he's laughing about it.
Yeah, I mean, if he can get some hits in.
I mean, even him being able to get 1 to 3 as opposed to 0
sure
could be a big deal, right?
Yeah, especially in the first couple of eggs, for sure. Storm's here, it's going to be able to stop the shackles, but it's too late for Celery, who gave away a dominating streak over to Carl. Boom. Uses the rest of his mana to ensure...
Hero this patch, maybe a bit unexplored. The one thing about this hero, though, is as he gets hit by a tree.
Oof.
I would like to see how the interactions play out in terms of the disables for him to output the damage. So I think that's always a big thing with the hero. Historically, you've seen him with... He's the guy who can go in and start stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Carl, he's going to get jumped on the ace. He's going to pop his ultimate, but there are plenty of T1 heroes here. They're going to actually pop that Fiend Grip from Tofu coming in from the other side. A perfect sandwich from Gaimin Gladiators, but the rest of the fight may not be so good as they've managed to get the Hex Shackles onto the Storm Sphere, locking him down and getting an important kill. A 1-for-2 trade so far. Ace is going to have to use that rest of that wolf form to get on out of here.
Both Gaimin Gladiators, if you can get it before they try and do something like force a Roche, I think you have a chance to fight it and deny the Storm his Aegis.
Gabby, he's a little bit low already, but oh, Boom actually ignores that, goes for Zephyr instead. With the Haste Rune, he doesn't give a damn about that Hex, and they're actually going to leave their Bristle back behind. Zephyr's coming back in, they're going to pop the egg now. With the Shackles going out, Gabby's still alive, the egg is going to die, but Gabby, oh no, he got pushed back in! Great use of that Owlbear by Celery to kick back the original kill they were looking for. 3 big pickups for Gaimin Gladiators. They picked themselves right back up after an awkward mid lane team fight and keep up that aggression.
This is the name of the game for the next 8 minutes here. How much damage can you inflict with this early Enchantress Lycan lineup? I thought that egg was going to be nice because when I first saw it, I thought he hit it on the high ground.
Yeah.
What he was aiming for, but he ended up getting stuck on the low ground, barely there, and all of a sudden, oh, there's a nice little egg we can pop.
Yeah.
Maybe that fight goes a bit different if you can land the spells. We're going to see they're pretty low here at the end. It's the power of this Bristle Phoenix. You're going to get low almost no matter what.
Gladiators knows or not.
And this is the power of that BKB rush on Carl. They feel confident to take the fight, even if Gladiators could run in with the Lycan Tiny. The addition of the Shaman Wards just dies so fast here.
Yeah, it does.
That's a nice pickup. We're seeing some of the tempo counterclap instill the fear.
Yeah.
Even when it's not the reality.
And I feel like maybe if it was just the Aegis, they might have committed to that Lina kill and be like, oh no, we can kill him twice. But Aegis and BKB, I mean, that just looks like something you don't want to commit to. Carl is going to survive through the tiny combo, but the Storm Spirit is going to be there. And actually will finish off the Aegis and maybe get Whitemon as well. Yeah, with that BKB, it's going to be pretty damn easy. Carl's Aegis gets burned. Rest of Gaimin Gladiators aren't in a position to go for more because some of them are currently trying to push out top. Ace, he's going to pop his ultimate here out of perhaps a little bit of fear of getting caught and maybe seeing an opportunity to go for more. They're going to be able to catch it with the Fiend's Grip, the Phoenix on the side, while Ace is making sure the rest of them are tucked underneath their tier 2 tower,
Ace
afraid for their lives.
They know they're stuck under this tier 2. 2 heroes dead and the biggest team fighter.
And the tier 2 about to fall as well, so there won't be any TP rotations. One last one coming in. Dyrachio is going to be the first one to jump in with his Blink Dagger. They spotted Zephyr, and Boom will collect. Dominating streak for him now. Okay.
Don't hate it till you tried Zephyr, though.
Interesting. Blink initiation onto the Storm Sphere. That's a perfect one. But can they do the damage fast enough? The Shackle, it's going to run out eventually. The BKB goes off. Boom's able to jump away. Boom's able to jump back in. Couldn't get the regen rune. That would have been a big pickup. Zephyr having some problems with some wolves here is going to be kept alive by his Geek Fam bro of Whitemon.
That is the exact type of fight T1 wants to take, and that is the power of this Pugna hero. Decreps Zephyr there and keeps him alive for the full duration of that Shackle, which almost lets him get the Storm. They're going to get both supports off the back end of this.
Pretty nice.
This is what I'm saying, man. This T1 team, they know how to make their lineups work. They know the weaknesses, how to itemize.
Oh, they're going to try and go for the Bristleback. Bristleback didn't manage to turn around for a second, but the pullback was so long, Dyrachio got around him and beat him in the face. That was nasty. Hefty amount of damage. Gabby.
Bare knuckles right there.
It really was. Well, not bare knuckles. He's using a weapon.
That
guy picked up a giant log. Cuckoo. Okay, Shackles. Oh, see if he can get the dive away. He does. Zephyr, though, not so lucky. Doesn't have the same kind of mobility that the Phoenix.
The openings, which kind of feels like they do.
Or, they at least need Whitemon behind the Bristleback, right? Because he has a problem with the damage of the Tiny. So if you at least have Decrepify behind him and some life drain heals, then I bet Gabby would be more fine. They're going to pop it. Ace, they're going to try and initiate. Boom, he sees the opportunity to catch the backline, and a beautiful avalanche coming in from Dyrachio. No Phoenix at all, and they're going to keep Gabby slowed down here, while the Fiend's Grip also catches Zephyr. So they're going to say, okay, screw it. We can leave the Bristleback behind for now. Let's make sure we get the Shadow Shaman. Dyrachio actually wants to keep going for it. Avalanche, maybe a toss back. Oh, the tree by itself and the toss isn't going to be quite enough, but they're going to turn around and start laying into the tier 3. This is the speed we were talking about. Gaimin Gladiators, they like being able to end games before 30 minutes. BKB going off from Carl. Tried to just push them out of the base. Delivers a hefty amount of damage to Celery. Now kicking Dyrachio back as well. Boom's going to reinitiate, and they're actually going to be able to bring down the Phoenix again. No egg for a second time. Boom, though, he's out of mana. Oh, no. Traded out for a Phoenix. That cannot feel good. Both cores of Gaimin Gladiators, they thought they had an opening there to be able to crack open the whole game by going for the push, disrespecting the impact of Carl.
Carl's just a monster. This guy, he doesn't give a crap about anything. If he thinks he's strong, he's going in, defending his base here. It will be a dieback on Cuckoo. Doesn't get an egg off in either fight. Just nice jump and chain stunning by Gladiators. Tiny, Dyrachio will pay the price along with Boom, but the biggest thing off of this was this fight before the Roshan spawn.
Oh, no.
And now T1 are going to try and take advantage of it. Boom, buyback to contest this.
What a disaster. They're going to poke at Whitemon here to Decrepify. They quickly dispel that one, but he turns around and just starts healing through. Boom's going to commit and manages to kill Whitemon again. He's going to be hunting that Pugna all game long alongside the Shadow Shaman, and he gets both. A double for Boom. A decent outcome for a bad situation.
They want more here, though.
They're going to try. Do they have any?
Well, now Carl can just go in with the Aegis, right?
That's true.
So now, a bit easier to get that egg off.
Yeah, he's got 2 different frontliners who can just throw their bodies out there, and he can try and react to it. They're going to be able to catch the Tiny. Immediately response from Zephyr. Drops the wards as well. Boom. Instant response to the support showing themselves. The Decrepify is actually keeping him alongside the life drain, but the Fiend's Grip on the Bristleback. He needs help. Somebody help him. Oh, no. He just gets beaten down by the Tiny once again, while Ace is trying to isolate out Carl. No egg again. The shard for nothing. And Carl limping back to his base with the Aegis. But he doesn't have a Bristleback for 50. He doesn't have his Phoenix for 30.
An egg
He wants it real bad.
He's going to use it here.
And they're going to be able to catch up to some of these heroes. Shiva's going off on the side. The TP in from the Bristleback. But again, boom, being able to find the two supports instantly demolishes them again and again and again. He keeps on fighting, and the egg may have gone off, but Dyrachyo had more than enough attack speed alongside Ace. Gabby, he doesn't have a way out of this one. He's stuck inside the trees, surrounded by so many heroes. Gaimin Gladiators are going to be able to catch up to him. LSA, nice dodge back there. A step backwards from Gaimin Gladiators. Zephyr also had to put himself in harm's way to make sure that their carry, quote-unquote, got out.
Lycan of old here. Maybe the upgraded version, the Terminator 2.
Throwback to TI-10. Look at this. Every single time, Boom has just been so locked in on what he needs to do in these fights. Every single time those supports show himself, he full zips in with his BKB, and he kills both of them. And Zephyr almost dying there. Decrepify's going to bail him out for a second here, but he tossed. It's going to land on his head. Beautiful ward trap that is going to be able to catch Celery. Dyrachyo is able to fight his way out, but he slowed down the Shivas, and he's not going to get out with a Silver Edge either. In fact, they're going to look for more, and they do find it. Tofu dies as well. A triple pickup for T1.
Maybe getting a little over.
You were talking about how the way they can play in and out of the team fights. Well, now all three of their cores can very rapidly get in and out of the team fight.
He's level 22, so he's got that extra duration, and he's just biting him up here already. I don't know if T1's ready for this wolf.
He starts making his way over. It's a big, bad rock wolf coming in, and Bristleback is already about to be dying here. Zephyr tries to jump in. Boom's already popped his BKB. A beautiful axe jump that is going to be able to once again destroy the back line. Carl throws what damage he can at Tofu, but that is looking like it's it right here. It's a Lycan plus Tiny lineup. You've got 4 dead with no buyback. That's it. T1 calls it. GG. Gaimin Gladiators. They take the speed. They take the pace. They take the tempo. And, well, they didn't make it by 30, but 33 minutes, they close out the game.
Very fast-paced game from them. Even though T1 got all of the Roshans in that game, very weird to think about. Felt like those were denial instead of their own tempo. The early game was a little shaky for them, but it seems like once that Tiny came online, he had free 20 minutes, it felt like, off the back of that Moon Shard, uncontested. He has the Lycan buffs behind him. This grip is always waiting in the wings for Gabby when he wants to go in. I think the lack of stuns really hurt their ability to push their own pace, which means they have to play for that later portion of the game. Gaimin Gladiators, sometimes they don't let you get there. So it's very well executed from them, right up their playstyle in Alley. Another win for Celery Enchantress.
Yeah, and I was just about to mention that. I mean, we saw earlier that TSM, they went ahead and gave OG their infamous Timbersaw, managed to